Hi, I am reading Chapter 3 in Junie B. Jones is Not a Crook. Chapter 3, Being Brownie. Mrs. said I could have my mittens back at recess. I stared and stared at that clock. Then I tapped my fingers on the table, and I did loud breaths. Junie B. keeps tapping her fingers and making loud breaths, and I can't even concentrate on my work, Lucille grouched. Mrs. came to my table. Hello, how are you today? I said, kind of nervous. I am fine, except I don't actually have my mittens. She tapped her foot real fast. This was not a good sign, I think. Only guess what? Just then the bell rang for recess. Oh boy, I yelled. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, 'cause now I have my mittens back. Right, Mrs. Wright? I zoomed to her desk and then put them on my hands. Then I rubbed those softy things all over my cheeks. It's good to be with you again, I whispered into the fur. After that, I put on my attractive winter jacket and I skipped outside with my friends. Me and Tattletale Lucille and that Grace play horsies together at recess. I am Brownie, Lucille is Blackie, and that Grace is Yellowy. I'm Yellowy, shouted that Grace. I'm Blackie, shouted Lucille. I'm Brownie, I shouted. Only just then I looked at my mittens, and I did a frown. 'Cause there was a little bit of a problem here, I think. Yeah, only how can I even be Brownie? 'Cause my horse paws are black, and so I am two different colors, apparently. Lucille and that Grace did frowns, too. Said that Grace. Said Lucille. I said. Just then that Grace clapped her hands together, very excited. I know, Junie B. Today you and Lucille can trade. Today Lucille can be Brownie, and you can be Blackie. And so that way your horse paws will be the right color. Me and Lucille looked at that girl, 'cause what kind of crazy idea was that? I did a huffy breath. Yeah, only how can I even be Blackie when I am already Brownie, Gracie, I said. I've been Brownie for my whole entire career. You can't just go changing, you know. Yeah, Grace, you can't just go changing, said Lucille. That Grace looked embarrassed at herself. Oh, yeah, what was I thinking? She said, very mumbling. After that, all of us sat down in the grass, and we tapped on our chins, and we thinked and thinked and thinked. Then all of a sudden, my whole face lit up. Hey, I thought of it. I know exactly what to do, I shouted. I jumped up. Start again, Grace. Say your name again. Say that you are Yellowy. That Grace looked curious at me. I'm Yellowy, she said. I pointed to Lucille. I'm Blackie, she said next. I spinned around, really joyful. I'm Brownie, I shouted. Only guess what? Yesterday, my Grandpa Brownie bought me black furry mittens, and so that is how come I am two different colors, apparently. After that, all of us did high fives, and we started playing horses. We galloped and trotted and snorted and snuffled. Only too bad for me, 'cause the sun kept beating down on my horse head, and I got drippity inside my attractive winter jacket. I'm gonna die from heat perspiration, I said. That's how come I trotted over to a tree, and I took off all my stuff. First, I took off my attractive winter jacket. Then I took off my furry black mittens, and I piled them in a careful pile. After that, I galloped away to find my horse friends, and we played and played. Pretty soon, Mrs. blew her loud whistles. Coming, shouted Yellowy. Coming, shouted Blackie. Coming, I shouted. Then I hurried up to the tree to get my stuff. Only guess what? I saw something very terrible there, that's what. And it's called, hey, somebody stole my mittens! So there's Junie B. playing, Lucille and that Grace playing horsies. So we will find out what happened to Junie B.'s mittens in Chapter 4.